Wouldn't surprise me at all either, and she's a fun hero to watch, though I have no issues with this. But like you said, you mentioned Roll20. Congratulations to them. They are qualified for BlizzCon. They are undethronable at this point. So we're going to get to see Galarong, Justin, and the rest of the boys at BlizzCon. My Roll20 shirt has still not arrived yet due to being shipped from America. But either way, big ups to them. Fnatic and Dignitas from Europe, well done to them. Red Canids making it once again from the Latin America regions. Good job for them. And it's MVP Black who are currently coming from Korea, I believe.
Yeah, MVP Black I think is a guaranteed
I think they decided the other one. I think they had a tiebreaker yesterday, actually. I will double check that.
Yeah, there was a tiebreaker against L5.
It was L5 Tempest, and the team that won that was L5. So MVP Black and L5 are qualified for BlizzCon, and then there's going to be the playoffs to decide the last team.
Exactly.
SOA, by the way, going to be taking us to Sky Temple. Again, not a hugely positive win rate for them, but better than the usual maps, the other maps we've seen so far. 5 and 7 is much more reasonable.
It's definitely a more of a comfort pick here for SOA, and what I really want to see from them now is pick a little bit of a more global approach of a team comp here. I really think they were doing exceptionally well when they fielded heroes like the Dahaka, like the Fawcett, or maybe the stage dive ETC, similar to RPG, who've had recent success with it when Wang was rocking that mighty cow coming from downtown out of nowhere. So I really hope that SOA is going to show us a little bit more threatening and something that fits the map a little bit more. I like the removal of Stitches here though, because SparkBZ, as you said during the team introduction, man, he's been putting on a show in that hero.
Yes, he has. And I also missed one, by the way. Congratulations to Team Freedom for also currently qualifying for BlizzCon. Good job. We have many of our top teams decided already. Plenty of options. I think we already have... I think we might have Taiwan and Southeast and SEA already sorted. We definitely have Australia sorted. It's still Nomia.
I know that the Deadly Kittens are back on track, so we're going to see them at BlizzCon.
Their current, according to this... Okay, yeah, they beat Resurgence, Deadly Kittens. Nomia managed to do it even without Arkada, who's now currently living in England. Hooray, the United Kingdom. Yeah, the only regions who have not decided their representatives yet are China. Yeah, China by the looks of it. That looks like the only reason.
They're saving the best for the last. I wouldn't have it any other way, you know?
Yeah, it might be wrong. This doesn't appear to be up to date, the thing I'm looking at. So there's still opportunities. I don't think this is completely up to date yet.
I really like what our good friend Relly Jaffa is saying in the chat here, by the way. He considers Zarya to be another good counter to double support because the statistics basically speak in her favor. Zarya's, that is. Zarya plus support.
Burst damage, kill her through the shields. She just lives and does huge damage.
It's really solid. Really solid. Good point. Good point. And I think we can basically observe and watch a global trend of double support falling off more and more. Not just in terms of popularity, but especially in terms of win ratios or winning results, right? I think Europe has always been a region that relied heavily on double support, but they're now on the decline. Fnatic basically paving the way or leading the charge because they were one of the few teams that hugely refused to play double support, and they're the best team in the world right now for a reason.
Completely agreed. And let's see, we still have Tyrael and Dahaka coming in. This is the Tyrael, very similar, double angel already, still potential for triple angel actually if they really wanted to, and then a single ranged. That would be kind of cool. We do have just having a look here. SOA is kind of getting stuck in the same area. Okay, I like that. That's
finally
Ariel.
Yes, finally. Finally, someone actually bans out Uther's greatest nemesis, and that is, of course, Lunara. The amount of poison damage she can spread out to multiple targets at the same time just causes Uther to sweat a lot under his plate armor, and we've seen many a times last week and the week before where Uther comms really struggled against Lunara. They lost one game after the other. Only SBT, the best team in the league, was able to turn things around. But even them, I think they used Medivh or Tassadar, one of the two, to basically help Uther. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have been able to do it either.
Very true. Very true. With the Lunara gone, though, that does make it a little bit easier, other than Malthael still being a threat, so Wouldn't mind seeing them pick up a Lucio or pick up the Malthael for themselves would be sensible, but they're against a Tyrael, so it could be an issue. Also, to respond to someone in chat who says Rally Jaffa would love to see him at BlizzCon. We don't know the full caster lineup, but even if he is, or even if he isn't, what would be cool is to see him as either a caster or a sort of fan Corthan style analysis at the Gold Club World Cup.
Winky face, just saying, you know,
Winky
throwing in
face,
some hints at the organizers. I can only agree with that.
God, I'm excited to watch or cast that. We don't know. We get told.
Tetra, can you, before the game starts, can you quickly tell us, or the viewers out there who don't know what the Gold Club World Championship is?
The Gold Club World Championship. It is, we had one last year, and it is basically just an extra tournament. It's sort of BlizzCon 2.0 in terms of the top teams, but more of the Eastern region teams get invited, and then a couple of the Western teams. Like last time, I believe it was one NA and one EU. Last time it was Dignitas and Tempo Storm, maybe, to get invited to the championship. And it was really fun. It used that, once again, best of 2 format all the way through. It was over like 4 days, something crazy. Held inside an ex-Olympic arena.
Yep.
It's super cool. And it will be fantastic when it comes back on again. It will have English casting. That's the one thing I know for certain.
Yeah.
So that's going to be cool.
And if you think back to last year's Gold League World Championship, then you remember the insane production quality. I think in terms of venue and hype videos and transitions, it was probably one of the most well-done tournaments up to this day. Yeah. And the overall atmosphere, everything just seemed right. The venue was cool, the teams were putting on a good show. Everything just felt very fluid and natural, so I would love to see another successor tournament coming in relatively late this year.
As would I. For now, though, let's get back to the draft. Rip the full Angel Dream. Greymane coming in. He's a reasonable energy generator, so he will work out well enough here. And Rhaegar, just in case he isn't, so we will have to see. And whereas SOA, they have basically everything they need. It's just what they want their last pick to be. It's going to be a second support. Again, not going for maybe more damage to try and burst through that double healing and shields.
Yep.
Instead, the extra support to try and keep that Valor alive. It's Hyper Carry Valor versus Hyper Carry Greymane.
That would be a new skin, the Hyper Cali Girl Valor, you know?
Like, oh my god, I got these crossbows, but there's double support against me. I can't do enough damage.
Can you imagine, like, the voice actor of Vala entering the studio is like, okay, let's got a new job. Blizzard, what you got for me? Well, you're gonna have to sound like a super cocky Californian girl. And then the smile turns into a big frown and a massive wood face.
Drops Rain of Vengeance on them and runs away. The voice actor, not even the character. Just carries 2 crossbows with her anyway.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the cards have been shown here from both teams. Double support on each side. Which combo is going to reign supreme? Tetra and I, we're not really sure yet. I do not like, or I do not hate what SOA brought to the table, but it just looks once again that it's a little bit too standard, isn't it? I don't think they can beat CE in that long standard game because of the individual class that CE brought to the table here.
It's a really tanky comp with the double support. The double support. They have Emerald Wind. They've got Divine Storm again if they want. There's a whole lot of disengage, but CE's comp's just better for the map. They can play around the map a lot more. They can do mercs. They can do everything they need.
They got everything they need, and most importantly, they have Wind, who was basically crowned key player on that Tyrael again. I was not always a big fan of his Tyrael, to be honest. Especially in the beginning of the season, he looked rather weak on it. But last game and the weeks before, he put on a clinic with those holy runs. Wind in general, I think, has improved so much as a leader to really go for those engages when it's needed. But ladies and gentlemen, with a trophy in sight, we're going to get ready for game number 2 on Sky Temple between Challenge and Start Over Again. Let's go. once again, we're being deployed onto the battleground known as Sky Temple with C in the left-hand side in the blue colors. Alufal on Ariel, Wind on Turiel, KTY plays that Rhaegar, Paradise on Dehaka, and Zuyu on the Grey Mane.
Whereas on the right, it's start over again with Faye on Arthas, Uncle G on Uther, TY on Brightwing, Spark BT on ETC, and Molly back to the classic on the Valor.
Back to the classic indeed. Molly, we kind of labeled him as a Vala one-trick pony in the beginning of the season because, truth be told, he didn't play a different hero, and he was a new and upcoming hero in the league, so we didn't really have much data on him, but we were like, okay, it looks like he only plays the one hero. He was the Genshuo of ranged assassins, basically.
Where are CE going?
Okay.
Rip Tower, as they move straight in. It's Wind tanking the tower. They will easily wipe this out, and they will be able to pull back before Uncle G is able to drop any significant damage. However, they hung around a little bit long. The root does not land, though, but the stun does. Wind getting locked down. Eldruins gets to the other side, but they're still chasing him. Faye decides not to dive any deeper. CE get the tower and get out. And guess what? While that was happening, Dehaka was soaking mid. They actually were able to come out even further ahead there.
Tetra, so many things looked so good for CE here. Did you see the beautiful spread when they saw the Howling Blast from Arthas coming down? Then, of course, the Turiel going actually towards the enemy team only to drop his Q and flash to safety with that activatable component of Eldrin's Might. Beautifully done. Like, really well played in terms of micromanagement from all of those heroes. Fantastic to see.
Fantastic to see indeed. Brightwing kind of is laning against Dehaka, not the best lane. In fact, we do see a rotation. Arthas is going to come up to top, which means that bot is dying. Brightwing will likely teleport down to bot if she wants to try and help, or they will all rotate up to mid to begin fighting over an objective very soon. Uncle G dropping low, the slow for the totem. That's not where you want to be, KTY,
no.
but he's able to move out of fort range. Molly, just poke, just poke. You can do it, but the Ariel healing's too much, and KTY is able to escape and immediately decides to re-enter the base to kill a fountain.
Molly's actually left alone here by the rest of his team, and there is no way one Vala can hold against 3 heroes. Even with the Brightwing, it's going to be a little bit hard to actually do it. And now, keep in mind, this is the bottom lane, guys. The second temple phase is going to take place here, and Zuyu takes a good bite and destroys Molly on that Vala.
Yeah, down goes Molly. We see now the double support holds here. And in theory, because of this hugely aggressive push, this should mean that all of the shots from the other lane should be going to SOA. They should be able to be fighting this, but they're defending with 3. They're losing in terms of this objective, but in order for them to be okay, for them to commit to this, they should have got most of the shots. And they've got a couple, but not most. They're not even halfway through yet.
Actually, they're losing both temples
right now.
They are
planning on fighting.
They're losing both temples right now.
They were winning them earlier, though, so it's actually about to become even. Now we can see them rotating. We're about to see basically a full team fight. Second, Brightwing teleports in. We're seeing Molly being forced to retreat. Brightwing teleporting in, gets a heal from Uncle G as well as Molly turns it around. Good escape from Smart BZ, but the damage output from Molly. Look at the health bars of CE with Dehaka tunneling down. They just have a 5v4 and they're able to pick off Uther.
They are relentless, CE that is. They utilize their global mobility to the max here, with Paradise actually keeping the top lane clear. But even the Brightwing couldn't arrive in time. It always seemed that SOA is outnumbered. 4 versus 5, 3 versus 4. In the bottom lane, it continued at the temples as well. And the relentless controlled aggression by CE really pays off dividends here. They actually snatched away at least 50% of each temple, while also destroying and decimating the bottom lane. I think CE is very well equipped for the ensuing temple phases, Tetra. Oh no, no, really? Tetra, what is Molly doing? Look at Vala's item build. I almost said item build. Talent build.
Oh, it's awesome.
No,
Vala. I'm having to refresh. Hang on, I'm having issues.
Yeah, no wonder. I mean, when you see that kind of talent build, you do want to refresh, right? You do want to refresh here.
I'm actually up to 6 now, meaning that I'm ahead of you, but I'm expecting lag, so I won't worry about that for now. As we do see Molly trying to drop the post, getting up his stacks. For those who don't know, he's taking Creed of the Hunter. Let's see if he can stay alive to continue stacking it here. CE kind of zoned away from their base. Here comes the Hacker, though. Big old grouped up SOA, all low on health. This can only go one
Double
way.
kill,
Goodbye.
triple baby.
Down goes Faye. Took him a while. Smart BZ might be able to escape. He should have power slide up very soon.
I think he's probably going to make it.
Oh,
unless Ariel has to say it.
was going for the kill there. Grey Maid coming in. There we go. Power slides to the bridge, and that's basically him out of there.
What are you sitting at right now in the clean feed?
6.
6? Oh, I'm sitting at 8, so can you maybe get there?
I was expecting to lag like any second, but I'll have another refresh.
I'm shuffling between 7 and 8, so I think that's easier for you to reach than me getting 6, because 6 is always...
Usually it's the other way around.
Usually it's the other way around, exactly.
Yeah.
But here we see another
6.
replay here. That was a brutal mercenary capture.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe the wrong clip. I mean, it's cool to see those Siege Giants just walking in there, looking good in a mean click, but was that actually a replay or was it just the transition? Like, this is the actual game right now, right?
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, this is the actual game right now. It wasn't even a replay.
Okay, I'm on 7. I don't know what's happening. It's not letting me lag. Alright, well, either way, so we have created a hunter. Basically, every time Vala attacks, she for starters, it increases her attack speed by 10. If she makes 100 basic attacks on heroes, though, she gets an additional 2% basic attack damage per stack. Now she has Death Dealer. Personally, one of my favorite talents in the game. Even with a multi-shot build, this actually can get a lot of value. Yep. It allows you to get a crit, an even bigger crit when you Volt than you would normally get, and if you get a kill with that crit attack, then Volt immediately goes off cooldown and refunds all its mana. Basically meaning that you get a sort of pseudo mini reset for yourself, and some really decent wave clear. It's really nice on maps like Infernal Shrines.
Yeah, it says if you kill a victim, it doesn't say an enemy hero, so you can use that against mercenaries and minions, like constantly vaulting around like crazy. But we see Wind here now getting attacked by multiple SOA heroes. They do have heroic abilities at the ready though. Sanctification, Crystal Aegis, there's a lot of protection going on right now. Zuyu, he doesn't even care about this fight. He can just split push top with a couple of mercenaries and a couple of minions, but no, he decides to do it differently and rotate towards his teammates because they want to utilize the level 10 advantage. They want some blood right now.
Yes, they do. They're trying to put that pressure on. SOA not even level 9. Finally about to hit it. They should really just leave this and, like, defend Hop because there's still the Bruiser camp up
take the
there,
boss, you know, that's fine.
However, that's an issue. CE are going to take this because they know that the correct decision for SOA is to try and clear top, and they're using Arthas for it, not Brightwing, someone who'd be able to re-teleport down and engage. Either way, they don't have 10. It would be suicide for SOA to attempt to fight on that boss.
Exactly, and with that powerful ally known as the boss, they can now pressure the top lane, but they go for the confrontation. They try to go for Uncle G or Spark BZ.
Uncle G gets
Good
dragged.
target.
He's gone. No sanctification. No.
Oh boy.
No mosh pit. No defense at all, except for maybe the face shield, but they didn't have enough time. And down goes Uther. It's still reasonably early in the game. It's only a 14-second cooldown, so he'll be back relatively soon. The rest of SOA currently on that defense. All while that's happening, Brightwing has committed to soaking top lane. Dahaka has found her, so they need to be careful. In fact, Brightwing does lose a lot of health already.
Yeah, they're 2 talents behind. Now it's only 1 talent behind because CE is already sitting at that 13, and Brightwing is dead. Dahaka found her and gave a good lick.
Yes, he did. Able to kill off the Brightwing. Zuyu is able to wade out. The sanctification dropped for them to turn around. Moshpit used on the sack to try and trap Tyrael in it the second that sack ended. Clever idea, but Tyrael was 2 on top of it. Good power slide. Trying to focus down Ariel. She heals herself up, but she's too healthy.
Full energy
she's
again.
Able to heal back. The Divine Shield is really good on Molly. They're trying to kill someone, but Zuyu is too tacky. He got the Ancestral, so he stayed alive. And they've dropped so much on everyone, but they can't get a kill.
They can't get the kill. Too many cooldowns now on their heroic abilities. Too much mana was used. Wind was out of mana. Ariel's energy was very low there as well. KTY, no more juice left on the Regger. And when you don't have the healers to really back you up, you better just let go. Because guess what? They still got the keep anyways. I'm not really sure what killed it. I think it might have been a Greymane cocktail. But either way, getting that bottom keep out of the way is pretty cool because now that means the bottom temple is also going to shoot on a new target and they don't have to waste temple shots anymore. And with those 2 temples spawning on the exact opposite sides, it's going to be very hard for SOA to really punch their way through. Dahaka, of course, has that global ability, so he can arrive at his team's sides in the nick of time. It's not going to be easy for SOA. They need to put it... I'm not sure if Brightwing wants to go for another one-on-one. The last massage she got did not end well.
They're going for a wraparound. They're going to try and look for a cheeky kill there, but That slowing sword actually was pretty effective. Stun onto Greymane, trying to finish him off. Zuyu instead turns around, drops a cocktail, does some lovely damage. Fei already still a little bit low. The teleports come in. They've got a beautiful Emerald Wind onto Dahaka, who heals himself up, gets Aegis though, and now he's pretty much healthy again. Fei is getting focused, gets isolated. The huge cleanse there though, able to turn it around. Sanctification is dropped, and there's just heroics dropping back and forth either side with Valor down. There's no damage for SOA. And now
look at Zuyu! Nobody can stop him!
Make their way to their base. Zuyu's committing. Divine Shield used on Brightwing here. ETC and Uther completely split. But where's Uther going? He's trying to take a sneaky wraparound, runs into all the minions, and it's just Brightwing left. And once again, we're still very early. Valor's about to come back. Brightwing is still here and still alive. It's about to be a 2v5 to defend, but the core is dropping too quickly. Even with these low respawn timers, this is likely going to be GG.
There's no pressure available from SOA. CE is just going to waltz through their base like it was theirs all along, and they take out game number 2 and secure it in their favor. Beautifully done, GG, with a 5-level lead, Tetra. That has to be one of the most one-sided and most decisive victories we've seen from CE all season long. And what a time to show up. That to a victory basically secures their spot at BlizzCon. Well done.
It really does, just gives them a huge boost in terms of the stats currently. CE was sitting at a comfortable 18. With these 3 points, they move up to 21, just behind Super Perfect Team with 25. Well, I say just behind, they're still actually just 3 zeros behind Super Perfect Team. That's the only way they can overtake Super Perfect Team? Are we serious? If Super Perfect Team only win, like, a 1-1 in the future, like if Super Perfect Team win 2 1-1s and CE get 2 zeros, then they tie. If Super Perfect Team get 1-1-0 or and 1-0-3, 1-1-1 and 1-0-3 or 2-0-3s, and CE get only 2 zeros, then CE will win and overtake them.
Exactly, and guess who they're playing today, SBT, the Super Perfect Team that is? They're playing their absolute nemesis, RPG, one of the few teams that was able to actually take maps of them. So, you know... Do
you know who the other teams SBT play this week?
Tell me.
They play BTG, and they play CE. That is, that's actually potentially the roughest final week out of any of the teams that we have. So... pretty difficult one, outside of maybe RPG, because RPG have to play also a CE and SBT. So,
RPG, they caught up a lot of momentum here as of late, but they have, as you said, a very rough schedule. So their participation at BlizzCon, which in theory was a little bit possible left still, but they're not going to make it. It's too hard. It's too hard for them, especially in the slump that they're currently in. But
it's possible.
It's possible.
The maths is there. If Beyond the Game get absolutely trashed, then it's possible for RPG to do it.